Alright, what up, Kings? Coming at you with the chest and back workout. We're starting with straight on pullovers, starting with lats. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about workout structure. Thing is, like today is a chest and back day, right? But because of my body, I have a good chest, I have weak lats. So I'm starting the workout with back because I need to prioritize it. Whenever you're freshest, do what's weakest in your body parts. That way you can prioritize them, they get the most bang for your buck, the most effort. And then hit the body parts that are already like built like mine. But if you're a beginner, you don't want to do all back and then all chest. You want to switch them, chest, back, or back, chest, because you don't know what's going to be weak. So try to do everything symmetrically. But if you're advanced, like me, you know what your weak points are. So put them first in the workout. That way they get the most energy output towards it. The cues are always going to be arms straight to the ground. Don't think about pulling in. Think about bringing your arms straight down, elbows straight down. That's how you engage your lats the most. So again, I'm thinking elbows straight to the ground. I'm not thinking back. I'm not thinking in. Elbows to the ground. All right, so the lats originate here and insert here. So whenever you contract a muscle like your biceps, you take the origin and insertion, right? The closer the insertion gets to the origin, the harder the contraction it gets. So now given that same concept, you want to get this point and this point as close together. So we're here, and then he's gonna come down, elbow straight to the ground. He's gonna give me a slight turn, slight bend of the trunk. Now those 2 points are as close as they get. So that's how you get the deepest contraction on the lats. Let's go. So I want to expand on the workout structure. So for me, like I said, my back is a weak point, especially the lats, because I want to have a small waist, so I got to get wide. So typically, vertical movements are lat focused and horizontal movements are thickness focused. So you get thick this way. So because the lats are my weakest point, my first 2 movements on the chest and back day are lat focused. We did those, now we're moving on to upper back, which are more row horizontal motions. So the first 2 were vertical, 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 so shoulder extension. Now we're gonna do thickness, and now I wanna get thick this way, so we're gonna start rowing. All right, cool. So if you have access to Prime equipment, take advantage of it. So a lot of people in the rows, anybody, not a lot of people, everybody, you're a lot stronger here than you are here. So what you can do with this machine is you can make it heavier down here and lighter up here so that the resistance profile matches your body strength profile. So a lot of times you're here, you can get it up, but you can't get that contraction. So you have to stop, whereas you can probably still do 4 more sets down here. The thing about this machine is because it's harder here and easier here and it matches, now you go to failure on every single portion of the movement. throw in up drop set, it's just an intensity technique. It's a good way to accumulate more volume and get that burn. All right, so it's actually pretty funny. So a lot of people do lat pulldowns, you know the name lat pulldowns. It's actually not a lat movement, it's more of an upper back movement. So that's why I'm doing this fourth in my repertoire. The first two weren't lat movements because they're shoulder extension, whereas the lats, it's shoulder adduction, and it's more upper back. Your lats are never engaged all the way down, like I said. So come here, Brian. So like I said, the point of getting a deep contraction is going to be to get this point and this point close together. When people do traditional lat pull downs, those 2 points never get close, ever. All that moves is your scapula. So it's an upper back movement. Now, whenever you turn your elbows in, supinate your wrist, now it's a lat movement. But that's not what we're doing. We're gonna do an upper back movement. It's just misnamed as a lat pull down. Don't fall for that. It is a teres. So right here, it is a teres movement, but it's not a lat movement. It's an upper back, so that's why we're doing it at the end. So if you watch what I was doing, the lats don't insert into the scapula, yet my scapula was elevating and depressing, meaning my upper back is doing the motion. I'm gonna show you from here, but basically if your scapula is moving, you know other muscles are engaging that are not your lats because your lats don't move the scapula. So this is a scap. And it's depressing, then it's upwardly rotating. It's depressing, upwardly rotating. So that's how you know this is an upper back movement, not a lat movement. It's not a bad thing, it's just what do you want? Do you want thickness or do you want width? I'm really prioritizing the lats, so that's why I'm starting with the lats and then moving on to this at the end of the back session, because it's less important for me. All right guys, so the primary function of the chest is going to be horizontal adduction, which I'll explain that in a second. But basically what you want is a machine that starts off wide and then goes narrow, meaning it converges. So the handles are going wider at the bottom and getting closer together at the top. That's the function of the chest. Bring your elbow across your body. All right, so like I was saying, the function of the chest is horizontal adduction. So it's bringing the arm from here to here, like basically a pec deck. But whenever you're using machines, you want to make sure that the machine doesn't do this, because notice the elbow doesn't go across my body. So what you want is one that goes wider here and more narrow here. Now notice the elbows, it's horizontal adduction. So now you're actually working out the chest. If you're getting a big contraction, if you're not feeling any pain, do more sets. Don't move on to something inferior just because you think you can't do more than 3 sets. There's no rule on that. Do more sets, get more growth. Boom. The incline bench. Moving on to pec deck. I rigged it to where it's lighter down here and heavier here. That way my shoulders don't take much of the load, but I still get a deep contraction at the very peak. right, so quick rundown. We started with 4 sets, straight on pullovers, 4 sets of single arm pull down, 3 sets, of machine rows, the chest supported machine rows. Then we did the lat pull downs, but upper back focus, so wide basically. And then we moved on to chest. 6 sets of the Prime Incline Bench, and then we did 4 sets of the Machine Pec Dec. We did 10 sets of chest and 14 sets of back. That's a good workout. If you want to follow it, again, keep in mind all the cues. For chest, you want to think big chest, so the entire time keep your chest high. That's how you make your chest work as opposed to your front delts. Thanks for watching. My website should be out, so if you're looking for online coaching, click the link. You'll see my pricing, you'll see my plans, and let's get to work.